Good evening. Tonight on the Daily Grind, new concerns are emerging around workplace uncertainty as recent research points to rising stress levels among employees across multiple industries. We go now to our field reporter, Yvonne Off the Clock, who is looking into how communication inside organizations may be shaping these experiences.
Thanks, Diane. Across today's workforce, uncertainty has become a growing reality. But for many employees, it's not just the changes themselves that are causing stress. It's the lack of clear communication around them. From layoffs and staffing shortages to ongoing organizational changes, many workers say that they're left trying to make sense of what's happening, often without enough information. Recent research shows that this lack of communication can increase stress, create uncertainty, and leave employees feeling disconnected from their roles. So the question becomes, how does communication during times of uncertainty actually shape the way employees experience their work? Tonight, we're diving deep. Come follow me.
As uncertainty continues to shape today's workplace, researchers are taking a closer look at how these changes are affecting employees, not just in terms of workload, but in how they experience stress, stability, and communication in their day-to-day roles. Research on downsizing and organizational change shows that job insecurity is one of the most significant sources of stress for employees, often leading to anxiety, emotional strain, and reduced motivation. These studies also highlight that even employees who remain, often referred as to survivors, continue to experience fear and uncertainty about their future, especially when communication from leadership is limited or delayed. In the field of organizational communication, scholars studying workplace stress have found that it's not just uncertainty itself that drives stress, but how that uncertainty is communicated. When information is unclear or withheld, employees are more likely to feel disconnected and unsure about their role moving forward. On the other hand, research on leadership communication during organizational change suggests that early and transparent communication can help reduce uncertainty, build trust, and improve how employees cope with change. Taken together, these findings suggest that communication is not just about sharing information, but plays a key role in shaping how employees experience uncertainty itself. To see how these patterns are unfolding beyond the research, we took the conversation to the public. How would you describe the level of transparency your organization currently demonstrates? Would it be very high, moderate, low, or very low?
Transparency, I would say it's moderate.
Moderate,
in my opinion, yeah.
Very low.
Very low.
Moderate.
I would say the level of transparency is moderate. There is some effort to keep employees informed, but at the times it feels like more important details are either delayed or not fully shared.
Low.
I would say there's pretty high transparency.
So the level of transparency that the organization I'm with currently displays, I feel is the low side.
Low, okay. To what extent do concerns about job security contribute to your stress at work in times of workplace uncertainty?
A great deal.
Great deal.
A great deal.
So about job insecurity stress, concerns about job security contribute a moderate amount to my stress. During uncertain times, it's hard not to think about stability, even if nothing specific has been said.
A great deal.
A great deal.
I would have to say just a little bit below a great deal, but more like, I think it's more of a moderate amount.
Moderate amount. Okay.
I would say very little.
Okay.
I think it's a great deal. We see a lot of change happening in the company, a lot of movement, and our job doesn't feel very secure. We feel a little under attack right now without a promise for anything really in the near future if they are successful in what they're currently trying to do.
Okay. In your experience, when it comes to workplace uncertainty, which communication approach is better? Communicate early with little information, give updates along the way, wait until mostly clear, wait until fully confirmed, or not sure?
Communicate early.
Communicate early. Yeah.
Wait until mostly clear.
Give updates along the way.
Things it was communicate early and give updates along the way.
Waiting until most of the information is clear, until providing the information. So communicate that.
I would say give updates along the way.
Along the way.
I would prefer to be informed and updated, but with concrete information only.
Only, okay.
Leave no room for fear, I guess, because if you don't give certainty, people interpret that and then are able to run with it instead of giving them like concrete information that's like, okay, this is what it is.
Well, that's fair enough.
You're watching the Daily Grind News. Don't go anywhere, this story isn't clocking out just yet. We'll be right back after a short break.
Are your dogs crazy? Do your dogs not listen to you? Have you given up hope on having your dogs trained? If you answered yes, then you better call Macho Trainer. Macho Trainer excels in dog training, canine behavior, and lucha libre. Macho Trainer will have your dog fully trained in no time, or tap out if they misbehave. Call 1-800-55-MACHO. Again, call 1-800-55-MACHO. Call today. Macho Trainer is not responsible for any broken bones, limbs, or physical damage done to animal or humans. Macho Trainer is also not responsible for any property damage done. No animals were hurt during the shooting of this commercial. Call today.
Welcome back to the Daily Grind News. Let's check back in with Ivan off the clock as he continues his report on communication and workplace uncertainty.
Alex. Hey, Ivan, how are you doing? Are you ready for your haircut? Of course. Have a seat, please.
After talking to the public, I needed a quick reset. So I stopped by a place where real conversations tend to happen. Hair salons, barbershops have always been a space where people speak freely. And lately, one topic keeps coming up.
Everything, bro. Every single client. Every single client. They tell you again 8 times a day. 8 times a day. 8 times a day. Yeah.
What's a common theme?
Everybody's in the same situation right now. Yeah.
A lot of uncertainty with work, a lot of...
Yes. Everybody. Everybody's complaining about money, about work, about the system, about everything. Oh yeah. I can hear that every day. Everybody's in this.
How is that causing, stress levels?
Oh, brother, everybody's under stress badly, brother. Because they cannot pay their mortgage, they cannot pay their freaking rent, food is expensive, gas is going up. Yeah, it's the everyday situation here, bro. Every day, everybody's in the same track right now. Unless you're Trump and his friends, you're gonna be good.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Across conversations, from surveys, interviews, to everyday interactions, the message stays consistent. But these experiences don't just reflect individual situations. They point to something deeper in how organizations operate. To understand this, we can look at how communication functions within organizations, not just as a way to share information, but as a way to shape power, control, and employee experience. In many ways, communication functions as a system of control, shaping how much employees know, how they interpret uncertainty, and ultimately, how they experience stress in the workplace. In critical organizational communication, scholars describe a constant tension between employee autonomy, the desire for clarity and control, and organizational control, where information and decisions are managed to serve broader goals. When communication is limited or delayed, employees are left without information they need to feel secure, reducing their sense of control and increasing stress. In this sense, it's not just uncertainty that creates stress, it's the lack of access to information.
If there's one thing this report makes clear, is that uncertainty isn't the only thing employees are navigating. Silence can just be as impactful. In many workplaces today, it's not just work that's demanding. It's the waiting, the guessing, the not knowing. Maybe the real challenge isn't change itself, but how clearly people are brought along with it. This is the Daily Grind News, where even off the clock, the questions don't stop. I'm Ivan, and for now, I'm off the clock. Good night.